Hey guys, welcome back to Watch Gauge. As always, thank you so much for continuously coming back, watching the videos, checking out what we have going on. Today's sort of a fun day. Actually, it's a very fun day for me. I get to do an unboxing of this beauty here. So this watch came in this morning for a client of mine, Jay. Thank you so much for giving me permission to unbox this and actually take some of the plastic off so that we can show the Watch Gauge viewers on YouTube. So it is pretty special. I'll kind of zoom in there. This is the MRG G1000. So this is one of the Mr. G collection, which is the super high end of the G Shocks. There's a lot of special things we're going to see here. The case, the bracelet is crazy grade titanium, all finished and assembled and put together by hand. I haven't opened this yet, so my thought is I'm going to open this box, unpack it, and take everything out for you guys to see, get into a few of the details, and hopefully enjoy it. All right, let's take a look. So here we are with the MRG G1000DC-1A DR, commonly known as the Mr. G G1000. I just received this watch in this morning. I literally have yet to open this outer box because naturally I figured, why not do it for you guys on camera, right? So let's proceed. And here we are with the inner cardboard box. Gives you all the information there on the side. MRG, so we have the white outer box, G Shock. Let's remove this. So it's a Mr. G, MRG, GPS hybrid. It's got a bit of the details of what the watch is capable of. Oh, it seems to be a little counter card, so you can set that up if you choose. I suppose this is for the retailers to set up in their display. So it looks like a nice black lacquered box. Before we do that, we'll take a look here. And little cardboard box, which is naturally their instruction manual, international warranty card, warranty information, as well as the user guide, which, as you can see, is enormous in very small print. So we'll put those aside. And we'll take the box out. So we had the outer cardboard box, the inner cardboard box. Now this is the actual G Shock MRG. Very nicely done. Same type of box you would see in a much more expensive watch. And we'll take a look. So we have MRG. And this is naturally a very fine box. Remove the plastic there, and there she is. We'll take that pillow off. And as a piece like this should come, it is fully covered in protective plastic. Alright, so I've changed the lens and the angle a little bit here so we could try to get a better view. Got the macro lens on there so we can get some very fine detail of the MRG G1000. I can tell you right off the bat that this watch is absolutely unlike any G Shock I've ever seen. Now I'm personally wearing my G Steel, which I think is a huge step up from the resin G Shocks, right? With the carbon fiber and the stainless steel case, rubber strap. But then you go to a whole new level of awesome when you step to the MRG collection. So let's get some basics out of the way. The case width is 49.8 millimeters in diameter, and I believe that includes the crown and all of the exterior pieces. The lug to lug is 54.7 millimeters, and you might think that's absolutely enormous, but take into account these extremely versatile articulating lugs. So realistically, where the lugs would extend off of a watch this way, this one is fully articulating. The case thickness is 16.9 millimeters, which yes is a little bit of a tall watch, but this watch is constructed in titanium 6-4. 6-4 titanium is an alloy harder than pure titanium, and it's hardened even further with a titanium carbide processing. So although it is a large watch, the total weight on this is only 153 grams. So it is a very light watch for the size. One thing I really want to point out is you'll notice the rose gold coloring in the crown, in the pusher protector here, as well as the pusher protector here. This coloring here is what's known as, and I know I'm going to butcher it, but it's known as Akagane, which is a copper colored accent on the indexes, the dial inserts, the crown, the button guards, the button pipe, and it's a copper color that is in traditional Japanese metalwork, which is meant to evoke an artistic beauty of traditional Japanese craftsmanship. And yes, I just read that all, and I got it off of the G Shock website. So what makes the MRG a G Shock that sells really close to $3,000? The information that I'm getting from various blogs and the research that I'm doing is that the case, the bracelet, the bezel, and all of the exterior titanium and metal parts are made in a completely separate factory, where this is all done by hand. The finishing, the polishing, the engraving, and everything else is done on a much, much higher level than, let's say, my G Steel would be made in. As far as functionality is concerned, this watch has almost everything you could possibly want in it. And just a note, I am going to leave the plastic here on the bracelet because this watch is going to a good client, and I certainly would like to give him the ability to unwrap it. But as you can see, the finishing, the polishing is all superb. But as far as functionality is concerned, you have a screw lock crown. It's 200 meter water resistance. As I mentioned before, the case, the bracelet, and the bezel are all made in 6-4 titanium. All of the accents that are blackened are DLC coded. The power source within the MRG G1000 is the Tough Solar technology by G Shock. It also has a battery charging warning, so when the charge within the watch starts getting a little bit low, your watch will alert you that it is time to get this watch out in the sun or into bright light. Anti-reflective sapphire crystal. What I really dig is that this watch will set itself based on a few different technologies. It's got GPS technology, global positioning, where when you cross time zones, this watch will reset itself as soon as it updates from a GPS. It is also connected via radio signal to the atomic clocks throughout the world. So this watch will always be accurate to the second every time it updates. The GPS automatically updates 1 time per day, where the radio will update up to 6 times per day. Particularly here in the United States, it will receive that radio signal from the atomic clocks 6 times per day. You can also adjust the time by hand. So these hands will autocorrect, again, based on the GPS and the atomic clock. It also has a dual time, or a UTC, with 27 cities surrounding the inner bezel ring there, and up to 40 time zones. A stopwatch, a timer, an alarm. It also has a power save mode, so if you happen to put this in your watch box or in your drawer, the watch will go into power save mode, giving you much longer battery life before you need charging. You've got the date, you've got the day of the week, it's a full calendar, and again, it's automatic just like the time would be. You have superluminova in the hands, but you also have LED super illuminator with afterglow. So you'll see when I press that illuminator, it fades on and fades off very nicely, and it's super bright. This thing can be used as a flashlight. Again, I mentioned the articulating lugs here. That's for maximum comfort, so this watch will sit on your wrist and the lugs will articulate so that the watch is very comfortable to you, even though you may not have a large wrist like myself. Rotating over, I do want to show you the clasp here. You've got two buttons on the side of the clasp, which will allow you to open and close the clasp. However, you do have a locking mechanism here. This black lever, you push that down, I cannot press these buttons in now. So that's a lock, so you don't accidentally open the clasp, which is quite funny because I actually have done that quite a few times with some much more expensive watches that I've owned. So to open it, flip that lock up, press the buttons in, and there you go. Again, I'm just keeping the plastic on because this is a client's watch. Although I did get permission to unwrap it if I wished for this unboxing. So again, all in all, I think this is a spectacular offering from Casio, from G Shock. It certainly has a much, much higher level of fit, of finish, of beauty from anything you would expect from the G Shock name. So I don't know about you guys, but I think that watch is absolutely spectacular. The MRG G1000 is it's really just above and beyond anything I would ever expect to see from G Shock. Yet that MRG, or Mr. G collection, is really just spectacularly done, very well finished, very well assembled. And you know I pointed on it a couple times in the video, but I didn't do a proper wrist check. So let's take a look and see if I can focus and get the right light. But I am wearing the G steel with carbon fiber bezel, so there we are. Anyway, thank you again, Jay, for A, for your business and for purchasing this beauty, and B, for allowing me to unbox it and show a closer look at the MRG. So just quick note, guys, if you are interested in the MRG or the Mr. G collection, you probably are not going to see it on a watch gauge. These watches are made in very, very limited quantities. I am lucky enough to have access to anyone they make through G Shock, provided that is in stock. So I really can't put it up on watch gauge, offer it for sale, if we don't know it's going to be deliverable for a few months or however many months it's going to be. It may be a few days, maybe a few weeks, I don't know. But the bottom line is, if you are interested in one of the MRG collection, one of the pieces, or a few of the pieces, you can always email me at john@watchgauge.com, inquire about it. I will in turn inquire about it with my folks over at G Shock, and if you're in the mood to pull the trigger on it, we can make it happen. The other thing that I did mention in a prior video, just one or two videos ago, about the Mr. G, or the MRG G1000, that watch is also available to me to sell to you. So again, if you're interested in that piece or any of the Mr. G's, just reach out to me, john@watchgauge.com. And in other news, don't forget, we have an array of NTH subs coming in next month. I have waiting lists for them. I have reservation lists. We're not taking money yet. But if you're interested in any of the Barracudas, the Nakins, the Odin, the Santa Cruz, or any of the other pieces that are coming out in May, I'm taking a reservation list. My allocation is actually getting quite full, so Don't hesitate. If you want one, again, email me at john@watchgauge.com. Let me know which model you're interested in. In the subject line, please put whatever the model is, date or no date, interest. So for instance, Odin Blue, no date, interest, or something to that effect. That way I can reserve one for you, and when they do get delivered, I can get one to you as soon as possible. I have a feeling that most, if not all, of the NTH subs that I am receiving in May are going to be sold out before I even get them. So don't wait. I always get the emails 2 or 3 or 4 weeks after delivery saying, hey, do you have any left? Unfortunately, most of the times I do not. So let's get one reserved for you, and we'll make sure that we get one to you before they sell out. Additionally, the Watch With Us YouTube channel that we launched about 3 weeks ago. Actually, as a matter of fact, 3 weeks ago yesterday. Unbelievable traction. In the first 3 weeks, we have almost 500 Instagram followers. We've got almost 400 subscribers on YouTube, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in 3 weeks, it is quite an achievement, and we are greatly appreciative. So for those of you not aware, the Watch With Us channel is a collaborative YouTube channel with 8 or 9 different hosts. We're going to have a broad array of content ranging from entry level all the way up to the super high end and everything in between, as well as a podcast and other series or shows for you. So if you're interested in watches whatsoever, which I know you are, or else why else would you be here? Jump over to YouTube, search the Watch With Us channel. I'll leave a link in the description below. Same goes for Instagram. We've got a fantastic Instagram page that we're building, at Watch With Us channel. And follow that along because the content is great. Ricardo Simi, my partner in crime, turns out to be a phenomenal photographer, and he's taken some great photos, all original content for the Watch With Us Instagram. So make sure you follow that. As always, subscribe to this channel, like, comment, share. Don't forget our Instagram, the Watch Gauge Instagram, so it's at Watch Gauge, as well as our Facebook page. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for enduring the unboxing of the MRG G1000. Thank you again, Jay. I appreciate it. We're going to work on getting this to you. And as always, I truly appreciate all of your support, and we will talk to you very soon. Thank you so much, guys.